En direct.
Oui.
All good. All good.
Hello, hello.
Perfect. Hi, can you hear me?
So I think we are already on live, guys.
Yeah.
So we are all here to talk about our lovely region, Agadir, Souss-Massa, and the beautiful beaches we have, the waves we have, the good reputation we have with our beautiful nature, and the sun that we have, and we can see that we have how to say, like a big potential in this area, right? And we need just a couple of things, I think, to make it complete, to make it like there is many things already on place, and I think that we need just a couple of extra things to complete the whole thing, that it's a perfect place, because right now it's not the perfect place. Is the amazing place, but we do miss a couple of things still. What do you think, guys?
Yeah. In terms of painting a picture of something perfect,
Hello.
It's interesting, Tarek, because
Do you hear me, everyone?
Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, I do hear you.
Yeah, perfect. My question is, Tarek, if I bounce this back to you, how do we stand with our Moroccan identity with this perfect picture and the fast changing?
C'est Karim, c'est Soufiane, c'est Tarek. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, hello.
Oui.
Perfect. So I think, yeah. So first of all, it's a pleasure to be with you, to be with you all. I think first of all, I can start with introduce myself, and we can go on with everyone. So we can start from there. So my name is Anas Zaki, founder of Moja. Moja is a platform that connects surf camps, surf schools, and coastal activities with the people who want to enjoy the waves on the Moroccan coast. So whether they are visiting Morocco or living there. So as the topic of today, the region of Souss-Massa is we can see it's a dream destination not just in Morocco, but I think in Africa and in the world. Specifically, when it's about coastal sports or surf sports or travel or traveling. So from that, I think we have really a lot of points to discover and point in our conversation today.
Yeah, definitely, Tarek. Thank you so much for the introduction. My name is Karim. I've been active in hospitality for the past 15, 16 years, creating few brands, especially within restaurant scene. A current entrepreneur in the region of Tamaragt in particular. Again, goes back to restaurants and events sector. But if I throw this back to you, Tarek, in regards to the change in scenery of tourism and hospitality in Morocco, and how do you feel this is impacting the Moroccan identity, especially on the coastal? If you're looking at from the region from Souss-Massa up to Essaouira, where we know the area is very known for surfers and it's changing so fast. Do you think this is impacting the identity of the region, or do you think the identity is still there, regardless of the fast changes that we are facing? I think we have a problem with the microphones by the look of it.
Sorry, guys, we had a problem with connection. We got lost there for a moment. We didn't hear you, Karim, when you was talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me, Sufyan?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So if I throw back the question in regards to our identity and the fast changes we are facing every single day when it comes to tourism.
Maybe there is a connection issue.
Yeah,
I can't
clearly there is.
hear
Yeah.
from my side.
So I think.
Sufyan, we
can you hear me?
With you.
Yes, I do hear you, Karim.
Yeah, perfect. Everyone can hear me?
Yeah.
I think not everyone.
I can hear you.
Perfect. Tariq, if I just phrase the question to you, being a legend in what you do and a fantastic ambassador, to be honest with you, for the region, Tariq, you are. You've seen the colors of Morocco before this revolution that we face today with surfers. Tariq, are you there?
Yeah, now I'm here because it cut it again. I don't know why, brothers. So just tell me again fast. You say regarding that you are a legend and then it cut it again.
Yeah,
sorry.
You are a legend and an ambassador of surf in our region, and clearly you have noticed and been a witness of all the changes we are facing and coastal areas in Morocco. How do you think this is impacting the identity of the region? And how do you think will have what kind of impacts will have for the future?
I mean, this is an important and basic and main question to talk and the subject to talk about, because without our identity, it will not have been the area and it would have been the reputation that it have today, and it will not have been as beautiful as it is today, because the place is the people that makes it, the people that lives in there. And this place, if everyone want to be here and come here, it's because the people of the area are so nice, are so amazing, are so welcoming, so respectful, you know. And this is the Amazigh, the Berber, you know, the Moroccan and the Arab thing, you know. It's a good mixture of things in here. And I mean, I'm born in Agadir. I grew up here. I started surfing I started bodyboarding at the end of the 80s, then switched to surfing at the 90s. So I was surfing from the 90s in here, and I saw really the change. And as you said, today I do miss a couple of things in my neighborhood. Before, when we finished our sessions, coming back home, you could find the old women sitting in front of their houses, you know, taking their food, because it was less crowded, it was less cars going through, less dusty. But today they are happy too, because they see other faces and they see new people, they see they do businesses with these people, you know. I mean, but we shouldn't forget our identity. And we can start just with the buildings we are building. I mean, we could build new buildings, but that still have some lines of the Berber lines, you know, the beautiful wooden doors. I mean, we shouldn't lose our identity. It should keep growing at the same time as the evolution around it, you know.
Yeah. The question is, do you think it's growing fast? And I'm sure with Muja they will have more data to analyze and to feed back to us. Do you think that the tourism in these coastal areas, it's growing fast?
Yes, are you asking me or Muja?
I'm asking Muja.
Exactly.
I'm asking Muja here.
Guys, are we still on? Because I don't hear nothing. Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. I think we are facing difficulties with the internet or
Not
connection.
mine.
Yeah, you good, Sufyan? I'm same as you. I can chat me and you, Sufyan, and bring this topic really to life and see how really, especially you are a host. You are someone who deliver the true experience to the visitors, and you can go to the raw side of the Moroccan experience. How do you think the feedbacks are from your side?
To be honest, like to be, I try to work on a bit of a personalized experience in the guest house, and I believe so much in connection and in connecting people through culture, through food, through the sun, through the surf, through everything that area can provide, which is which gives me the privilege to use a lot of elements because we have a lot of beautiful elements in the area. One thing that Tariq has mentioned is that we have a strong community, a loving community, a warm community. That also
Yeah,
helps. Because, for example, when I receive my guests or my clients, I'm so welcoming, I'm happy, and it's not fake. It's what I love to do. It's my job, and it's something that I enjoy doing. Is connecting people and getting people together and showing them a little bit about my culture and who we are and what can we actually, like our perspectives in life.
yeah,
Then, I do what I do in my guest house, my guest experience with my clients, and then let them go to the outside, to the streets, to the surf, to whatever, and then everyone else in my community or like in this beautiful community delivers even more. Like the shop guy offer them a free tea, and then the pottery guy offer them like a nice plate, and then the surfer guy show them some new tricks and push them to go beyond their limits, and then they go to the restaurant at Zazan or somewhere else, and then they like get treated because they have a birthday, and they get a free dessert, and you know what I mean. And through their like I deliver, you deliver, everyone delivers, and it's such a wholesome experience that we are all gathered in. And that's one of the biggest strengths we have in the area here is the community and the connection we have between all of us, and the joint vision of how we do tourism. Definitely, if we're going to be talking about some things that we could work on and stuff, I could definitely highlight some regulation. I think because we're
yeah,
not all in the same level, we're not all in the same mental or like educational or like structured or business standard level. Uh,
yeah,
Few of us do miss some tips here and there, and I think that's what we need to focus on is how can we regulate the market a little bit when it comes to pricings, when it comes to the experience provided, and when it comes to giving our staff and our surf guides, our hosts, our housekeeping ladies, our drivers more education about tourism to do it more to level up the standards of the experience we're providing, yet without neglecting that their emotional side, their social side, their community side is as strong as it can be. We're talking here about a little bit of structure, a little bit of business organization, a little bit of the workflow, so we can keep this collaborative thinking and this healthy competition that we have between us and everything more healthy, less toxic, more regulated, and that everyone can, and make sure that everyone can actually benefit from it. Because if I fuck up the market, I fuck it up for you or for you too. But if I regulate my prices, I regulate my structure, and provide an experience that Tariq also provides, and that Karim provides, and that Anas provides, and we know the standards. We need to set standards, and we need to all level up to those standards with our staff and our people. So we all know. I know when people go to Tariq, they're gonna get the best experience. When they eat at Karim's place, they're gonna have the best treatment. When they check Anas's platform, I'm not concerned. What I mean is, like, we need to build this trustworthy foundation between us, and I think that's what we lack in a little bit within our community. But it's not a big issue.
You recommend it's like creating like training and helping people with putting systems in place, maybe understanding hospitality as a business rather than a community offering to a stranger, like what we are as Moroccan, we would like to be hospitable. So you recommend that having a structure in place to help hospitality businesses that will improve? Yeah,
in a way, yes, without forgetting the social community side, because it has to be a balance. That's what we're good at. We already have, all of us. We all have the hospitality. We all have the love. We all have the sharing, the mentality. We all have the warmth and the safety that we provide to our guests and the experience. We all have that, the authenticity. Everyone has it. But if we regulate that a little bit and structure the businesses we do have, and get most of the businesses a little bit more legal, regulate the market a little bit, regulate the prices, regulate how we do things. You know what I mean? Like the surfing has to have certain standards. Okay, let's talk to the professionals and see how can we level up the standards of surfing. You know what I mean? For example, Tariq can give us a lot on how to get on the standards, surf standards, for example. When it comes to gastronomy, for example, you guys can, you Karim, because we have a lot of experience in it, on how can we level up this gastronomy experience in guest houses, in surf camps, and so on. We create systems that we can all use, that we can all share to reach certain criteria and certain standards where we can all grow from, we can all learn from, and it's going to be beneficial to all of us. And instead of having this, a little bit of this toxic competition and this, unstructured diversity within the prices and within the experiences, which is good from one side, from the emotional, social, cultural, authentic side, it's good. But from the business side, it becomes toxic. So we need to change it to have it a healthy collaboration, a healthy competition, a healthy regulated structure that we can all benefit from and that we can all rely on, that is built on a strong foundation.
How is Anas with Muja finding, these topics that Sufyan has mentioned? Especially because you deal with multiple businesses, from surf schools to hostels, hotels, all across the South Coast. How are you finding?
Thank you, Tariq. So Muja, it started from let's see, it was like a dream that comes true. I grew up in Agadir, I grew up in Taghazout, the surfing hub of Morocco in Africa. So every day I've seen a lot of travelers, a lot of locals struggling with destination, with exploring, the real cost or the real region. So from my background in marketing, in computer science, I noticed that there is a little gap. Let's see, as a region, we really have a lot of things to show. Souss-Massa offers something very, very, very special. You have the ocean, a strong tourism infrastructure, and a really dynamic local ecosystem. As we say in Darija, it's Bled Diafa, so it's a place where hospitality goes beyond accommodation and becomes a full experience. So based on that, we try to connect the both, to connect the the local businesses and with locals and the travelers.
Yeah.
And based on that, like you create a new layer of information, a new layer of mapping, a new layer of experience. So the hospitality now, it's not just in the hotels or in the service, but also in that surf session, in that talking with the locals. So that's what we're trying to build in the Improve software.
So have you seen a growth like the past 2 years on your project? What kind of growth you're looking at?
Moja has been funded last year, so it's still a startup, and we are on the go on the market by the next summer. So we're trying to test it with locals first, so because it offers a lot of experiences and activities provided by local surf camps, surf schools, either kite surfing or surfing, even if yoga by the beach and everything. So we are on the go on the market. And in the context, I would like to thank Madame Fatem Zahra Amour, the Minister of Tourism, for highlighting Moja earlier today as a promising tourism startup at the International Conference on Tourism Innovation and Investment. So this is an emotional push beside the work that we doing on the ground.
Yeah. So how was the feedbacks when you done your launch with the local community in terms of small hostels, small surf schools, and surf instructors who are offering one-to-one experiences? How did you find them engaging with your project?
It was really engaging because even if like we have a limited number of partners that we want to focus in and work on we have other demands. Like, we receive them messages, even if we're talking in B2B, like one-to-one. We mention and we confirm that this would be a digital thing, like a digital solutions, like Moja. Moja just a part, but I believe it can get a lot of other solutions. So I just want to focus on the digital part and the marketing part. I think we can really showcase what Souss-Massa region, and especially with the surf tourism, what can offer and what can bring.
Yeah. In terms of formalities, when it comes to basically you offering the B2B side of things and B2C, I believe as well. When it comes to formalities for these hostels, do you think are they all legitimate? Are they all have the know-how, or do you think that people still need help because it's an early phases of their projects, or it's pretty much surfing in this area is growing so fast and many businesses are opening every single day? Do you think that there is formalities there for these people to help them grow? Or
so this is a really good question, because this is the only the only thing that we had little issue with it, because you can find a lot of surf camps or a lot of guest house, but not all of them have like the real world of a real surf camp, or the offering the
standard. They don't have the standards.
Exactly. So for us, that would be like a risky thing, because I can't collaborate or partner with just a surf camp that doesn't have like a standards or quality of hospitality, or like just a terms or about what the Moroccan DF about. So that's why we're starting small. We have like a target of 100 partner, but 100 it's just just to mention that Moja is covering all the costs, like from Saidia to Tanja, from Tanja to Dakhla. So, but for the
Wow.
region, Souss-Massa, yeah, because even if you are in Rabat, you can find activities like kayak, jet ski. If you are in Saidia, you can find activities of jet ski, of like all the coastal activities. So we have so far like more than 70 spots we are covering with live forecast and everything.
Nice.
So for the region of Souss-Massa, we are targeting like really a small number of partners to start and develop with them, the concepts, getting feedbacks and everything. So starting small, but with the correct and right profiles that will make us achieve our goals of improving the
Yeah.
hospitality of the region.
Tarek, you with us?
I don't know really, because this I think for a moment I thought I was with you guys, but then I wasn't,
And then it's cut off. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm missing most of the discussion, which is a bit stupid for me because I don't really understand the most of the thing that you are talking about, and I can't even you know, yeah, I can't even say nothing. I can't add nothing, because whatever I'm gonna say, it will be just stupid, because I didn't really heard most of your discussion, guys. So
Yeah. It was more about Muja's growth and market launch. Obviously, you guys been now for 1 year. Tarek is gone. We just spoke about Muja, and Muja as a platform for anything has to do with surfing, nautics sports in general. And I think more yes, Anas can go through the Muja and give Tarek a little bit of feedbacks about what you guys did and what you are expecting to do in future. Yeah, I think it's cutting off. So if we move on to you, Tarek.
yes.
Yeah, if we just, I'm going to go back to surfing because it's something that's impacting all our life, directly or indirectly here. You know, how do you think the future is looking?
It's looking good. We have something irreplaceable, something that nature gave us that we can't create, and
Yeah.
we are unique. And when I'm saying unique, really just the surfers that will understand that is the fact that wherever you go around the world, if you want to surf over 3 different waves, and when I'm saying 3 different waves, which is like quality good waves, you need to drive long ways. You need to drive long ways. While here in this region, we have one of the most amazing gathering and different selections of waves, which make it accessible for all levels, for all the levels. Because if you
Clearly
go
you
to
can see
Bali,
that, yeah.
you know, if you go to Bali, most of the people need to be good surfers, or else there is the reef, there is, you know, it's dangerous, it's quite dangerous. You need to be like, you know, and other destinations, or they are too small, and then the good surfers, they don't want to go there because it's not interesting for them. While here in Morocco, I mean, you have point breaks, beach breaks, you have slabs, you have like even big waves like Nazare, you know.
Yeah.
So we have we have the heaven of the waves, and we've been already classified as the 3rd best destination of surfing in the world, you know.
Wow.
Because the
impressive.
whole family can, yeah, the whole family can come here actually and enjoy the surfing from the
Yeah.
family, you know. And today it's amazing because after that many events happened in the area, you can see many more Moroccans surfing, many Moroccan women surfing, you know, many Moroccans trying to give lessons. And I mean, it's amazing. I mean, we are going really, I mean, we are going forward in a good way, and we have enough coastline and enough space that everybody can work and move forward, like, you know, like crazy.
Do you think we have the
only
human
thing is,
resources to keep up with this future high demand?
for the moment, I mean, we have the ability, but we need to sit together, to get together, and to still organizing and canalizing things. Because if today we are in this level, it's because many generations did a good job, which gave a good reputation for this area, you know. Unluckily,
Absolutely, 100%.
today I do see some degradation in like, for example, surf lessons. Today I find people that don't have the level to give surf lessons doing surf lessons. These need to be a bit supervised, you know.
Yeah.
As the people that rent the boards, I mean, if you were gonna rent a board, you need to have some knowledge about what you are renting and what you are doing and to whom you are renting it, you know, to have some responsibility. Because surfing is already an extreme sport. We don't need to make it more extreme, you know.
Yeah.
So we need to be more structured, and we need to have a couple of organisms that will help to structuralize to organize the surfing, the rental of the surfing, the beach cleaning, I mean, many things. There is many things to do to make it going in a better way and in a more secure way forward. Because are we going forward? That's for sure, we are going forward. Is there a demand for it? Yes, there is a demand for it. Are we ready for it 100%? I don't think so. So we need just to get ready to work and to move on, you know. We need just to get ready. I hope you are hearing me.
Yeah, we're hearing you. Yeah, Tarek, I mean, do you think that the region is going to turn up to the next Bali in terms of the tourism influx
Guys, do you hear
we
me?
might be facing? Can you hear me, Tarek? Hi, can you hear me?
Sorry. If you hear me, just do a thumb up. I will understand it, because I don't hear you. But if you hear me, just do this.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, no, even the image blocked. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I do hear you, Tarek.
Now good. Now it's back, because you know, there is a crazy wind blowing outside here, and I think that is affecting the connection, because it's really like a storm outside here.
Yeah, in my place as well. Do you think, Tarek, that there is a chance that we might be turning to the next Bali in terms of tourism volume?
I'm so sorry, Karim. Can you repeat? You told me there is a chance.
Do you think that we might be turning?
Oh my God.
Do you think that we might be turning to the next Bali as a tourism destination with high volume tourism?
Karim, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
There is a chance
that we might be turning to next Bali as a tourism destination.
I don't hear you, Karim.
I think it's Sufyan. Can you hear me?
Now I hear you. Now I hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. The question is, we spoke about how beautiful the area is, how good it is, and how amazing waves we have and beautiful beaches we have. And the concern I'm trying to raise here is, do you think that if we carry on going the way we are going, lots of informalities when it comes to hospitality, the know-how on hospitality, it's not really there to sustain the quality and standards Morocco is trying to achieve. Do you think we might be turning to the next Bali as a tourism destination with high volume tourism? I think it's.
I can answer actually a little bit of that question, Kareem. And from my own perspective and the way I see the area growing, being someone who actually been in the middle of it, I grew up in this between Tamraght, Tagazout, and Awriyat, and I've spent more than 15 years in here, and I've seen all the colors of it and the changes. And nowadays, it's changing fast. Okay, I think faster than we can actually cope with, or like than we can handle, due to what I told you before: lack of structure, lack of organization, and healthy collaboration, and we need more education and this and that. Definitely, it can turn like a Bali, a Moroccan Bali kind of. When it comes to volume, there will be a lot of volume. There will be a lot of people coming. I don't know if the airports can handle the pressure, because that's the main problem, I guess. Because if we talk about volume, we need to talk about infrastructure. We need to talk about a lot of other things. There will be a lot of mess if us as a community or the government don't really see the long-term vision and don't actually react on it to get things ready for when the volume comes. I think we will struggle a lot. Internally, we will struggle. The face, we're always good at keeping the image and the face quite good, but internally we will struggle. Like legally, we will struggle. Infrastructure-wise, we will struggle. Logistically, we will struggle. And providing the right experience, or the authentic experience that we used to provide, we will definitely struggle with that, and we will lose a lot of it, because quantity kills quality in a way. Unless we put hand in hand and we have our systems and our structures, we can definitely manage it. Because the more we educate people, the more people join, the more the higher standards we set for this community and this economy that we are all benefiting from, the easier it gets.
Can I add something to what he just said?
Yeah.
So,
Hi, Tariq, can you hear us? I think Tariq has gone. Can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Mainly, really, why the reason I've raised that concern, Sufyan, it was actually the environmental impact. And the Bali, it was a victim of its own success when it comes to the environment. And are we really prepared, or do we have systems in place to tackle the issue before it will be here sooner or later? It's coming with volume of tourism. So how do you think communities can learn from what happened in other countries and adjust itself and adapt and be prepared for the next phase of high volume tourism with a very damaging environmental impact?
That's quite a fair point, to be honest, and it's really concerning. Today, I can fairly and honestly tell you that, let's say tomorrow, boom, the area is changing. We get 2 times more people than what we expect. Environmentally, it will be a shit show. And I'm not trying to criticize here or anything, but the infrastructure that the government is setting environmentally is really weak. The systems, the teams, the people in charge of the environment, or the trash collection, or the trash recycling, it's super shit, not gonna lie. There is no system, actually. Like, you go to Tagazout and there is like this kind of little house or like little room where everyone dump their trash every day, like the amount of bacteria, the amount of animals that is from there, the amount of, the smell, the disgust that you see there in a touristic area. For me, that's not a solution. That is, I don't feel proud of it when I see it, to be honest. And there are a lot of easy solutions, a lot of cheap solutions, and a lot of ways to, to fix that little issue. If we cannot actually look at it as a problem, if we cannot see how big of an issue it is, the environmental impact on the area and how it's changing, how the weather is changing, and how everything is going to be affecting us as humans and as people living here, it's sad. It's super sad. So I'll tell you, it's going to be a big shit show if we don't react to it.
I'll speak here from experience, and I think me and Sufyan, we live this together. We launched Keep It Clean, Keep It Zween last year, and that definitely had a small action we took on the ground, but I believe that the impact, it was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. When you're looking at the beaches, how dirty they were, the town, and I would say more of inspiring the next generation to take responsibility when it comes to the environment. And it's small actions like this that I believe that communities, authorities, government policies should implement and adapt and be prepared to invest on, because small impact we created with that small event, it was a regular thing, but the impact was great. And up to now, we still actually see the result of that. And do you think it would be good, beneficial for communities or for the local authorities to have events like this, like with the environment? It's been the star of the week. Give something back to your community through looking after your environment. Do you think that will have an impact? I mean, if you speak to Muja, because Muja works from Saidia to Dakhla, mashallah, and clearly you guys, you see it on a national level.
Yes. Yeah. Do you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what Sufyan mentioned. It's one of the like we can say red flag things. So it need like an intervention before it really works. So for us, do you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, that's good. Can you please can you repeat the question, Mr. Tariq?
If how do you find our tourism growth in Morocco is growing fast, and how do you think the environmental impact it will be, and what are the solutions moving forward?
So for this point, it's as I mentioned, it's the environmental side. It's really important in the, let's say, in the ecosystem, because at the end, it's we are talking about the ocean, about the environment. So for us as a startup, we have some points, that we discussing with our partners, like to do some environmental events, like exactly what you mentioned, Tariq, like events like that, or actions like that to help and improve the environment side as well. So we are enjoying the surf spots, enjoying the coastal destination, but at the same time the actions or activities we're doing, we're trying to make it, like, let's say, environmental friendly as much as we can. But at just our startup, we still trying to work on this and improve more with our partners.
Do you think that there is enough awareness within the business community when it comes to environment?
To be honest with you, I think from what I see in some spots in Bosnia or Tagazut or even if in the north, I think we as the local communities we have to work on, and not just like the local communities. We need more digital campaigns, need more marketing, so at least we have like an awareness about the issues and awareness about what can be done before it's too late.
Yeah. Tarek, can you hear us? Tarek? Muja, I mean, you guys will work moving forward, inshallah, in future. You definitely will be pretty much working with most of hostels, surf schools, anyone that's active around the coastal areas of Morocco. Do you think will it be good to create like a within your system, within your platform, a educational hacks for businesses when it comes to environment?
That's a really good question and a really good insight. From my background, I contributed in some environment programs, and as a web developer, I had made let's say platforms for education. So why not? We can bring that together. So we with our partners, we can create like dedicated spaces, either digitally or locally for environmental education or how to do and help with the site.
What I could add to what Karim actually said is that within your platform, Anas, is in a platform you can add few landing pages. You can literally easily do one landing page that can focus on giving a little bit of awareness. Like, for example, through the Muja platform, we value environment, we value our community, we value where we live. And these are few little tips that we do. Like, these are things that we, as the Muja platform or the team of Muja, do to be part of having a sustainable, healthy, or provide a sustainable, healthy experience, for example. This could be an idea that you guys can add to your platform. A second thing is between the criteria, because I guess before anyone sign up to your platform, there is a form, or like there are criteria that you set for people to be part of the platform. I think it would be helpful to add like 1 or 2 light criterias, environment that are fitting the environmental side. For example, as a guest house, if I'm gonna be part of the Muja platform, I would love to be asked, part of our criteria is we would love for you to have 3 bins, to at least recycle, like 1 glass bin, 1 paper bin, and 1 for food waste, for example. This is the minimum. Or like, we would love for you to have a water filter. Do you have a water filter in the guest house? Or like, we would love for you, for example, to use less plastic and instead use recycled material and use wood. You use like wool baskets, you know what I mean? So these are little criteria that can have a lot of impact. It can be beneficial for your brand also, and it's beneficial to the environment and the community. And we build this indirect consciousness, or like indirect change, because also culturally, as we all know, I don't know, this is from my own experience and what I know from my own perspective about our culture and business. Business is such a new thing. On how we Moroccans do business is way different than how the outside world do business, like the Middle East or like Europe or like the States or Asia. We're totally different. We have a mix between culture, tradition, emotions, the personal life and the professional life. And we mix all of that, we blend all of that together in one big juice, and we just drink it every day. So have been a country that have found a big opportunity, or like have created a big opportunity in the industry and in tourism and in business in general. And as young people, like 5 years, 10 years ago, I would never believe that I could be an entrepreneur due to where I'm from and all of that. But the country and the government and the structure, like the infrastructure, is being built for us young entrepreneurs to actually create, and we have a chance now. Like, I didn't need much investment, I didn't need much creativity, and I didn't need much to be at the position I'm at. I only needed to do the hard work and the effort and to be a little bit different and to believe in what I do. I think it's the same case for you, Anas, and for all of us. Tariq hustled more than any one of us here also to build himself, to build his name, to do a lot of things. And you also, Karim, knowing that your difference is that you get the chance to check the international perspective. Back to the main topic, which is environment in collaboration with business and how we do business in Morocco. You know what I mean? From what I've seen, like every young entrepreneur, every person that is starting the business, there's a lot of hunger. There's a lot of opportunity seeking, and people want to grow, want to grow, and grow and grow and grow. And ambition, it's good, but we tend to forget what's around us. We tend to forget what kind of impact we actually give. We only think of what can we make, how can we grow the business, blah, 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 but we forget the indirect impact to the community, to the neighbors, to the air, to the environment, this and that. And it's not a cultural thing, unfortunately. It's getting better and better slowly because we are being affected by it. But I think what I would wish for me as a community guy is that before I am even affected by something, or before I even have the problem or being touched by something, I should already think in advance, oh, hey, this is an individual responsibility, but it's a collective thinking, and it's a collective community that we live in. If I want to earn, we should all earn. If I want to reach from point A to point B, I should also think that you need to get from point A to point B, and everyone else should do it. It's we call it the collective responsibility, and we should all think for each other's, and we should all think for what's around us. Also besides thinking for ourselves.
But what can we implement to engrave this type of culture on a smaller communities? They are where most of them are actually on a survival mode, even with success we're talking about today in terms of hospitality and tourism in Morocco. The numbers shows high, and no doubt about it, there's lots of success out there. But the return impact into the environment and community, it is not looking that great as far as we look at the reality day to day. So in one hand, we look at success. On the other hand, we look at a frustrated communities, a let down communities by all political ecosystem around them, and a less less engaging when it comes to the environment element of day-to-day way of life.
I would tell you straight away, and there's nothing to hide. We all know what's going on. In a way, I think there are two factors that we're missing here, or three. We have a big lack of communication, between us as communities, or like as businesses and living in a structure. There is a big gap between what the government wants, so the government. So there is the community, there is the government, and what we call it, there is the mujtama' madani, or the social community in between. Usually in a healthy community, the way I see it, there is the business community, the social community, and the government. The social community is the bridge and the glue that communicates between what the government wants, or like the governmental vision, and business community vision. It aligns it in a social structure that can also be a bit of a balance to help the social side, the business side, and build the right infrastructure mentally, physically, and logistically, and so on. We lack in that the middle side. We lack that glue. We lack that bridge between to connect the visions between us. Like most of the platforms, or like the visions, or like the projects, or like the whatever happens, that the government have been put so much funds and so much intellect and so much research, and wanna push through to us as the business community and as the social community living here. Most of us don't know about it. So there is a big lack of communication, big lack of information that comes from administrational corruption. We do have administrational corruption, unfortunately.
Do you think maybe that could be a lack of clear policies from central government that actually can guideline the local government, which can be passed on to the local community? I would say there is a less clarity and there is less guidelines on this sense, because when we speak about the topic of environment, people do find everyone agree, but not every approach is environmentally friendly when it comes to decision making, government decision making on the ground.
Because we need the right people to decide. Like if someone, let's say for example, I'm the president of a local community. Like, I don't know what's my background. Like, most likely my background is not going to be in environment. Like, I need to sit and hire and, set aside or like put onto the responsibility the people that are willing and have the expertise to actually fix the issue from the source and understand the issue itself. And then as the president, I have to review it, with my fellow board, and then see what's best budget-wise, what's best this and that, and then take the decision. But not for me to decide if making a black plastic bag or red plastic bag the solution. No, red is better because I fancy red instead of why it's red or why it's black. We have a big lack of education, we have a big lack of communication, and there is no synchronicity between the local deciders, or like local governments, and the business community.
So do you think this will have an impact? I mean, if the issue of environment's not been dealt with now, do you think that will have an impact on hospitality moving forward in the future?
Big time. Like, I guide people most of the time we go for sunsets, we go for hikes, we go for like a day excursions. Man, I'm more ashamed than anyone else being an environmental person. Wherever I set foot, there is trash. Man, I traveled all over Morocco, and last July, I've been driving for more than 6,000 kilometers. I went to the end of Morocco, to Dakhla and beyond, and there was still trash at the beach. For me, that is shameful, I felt so ashamed because we lack...
Would you think introducing schemes like certain countries, which is, we do it as well here in Morocco, which is the tourism tax. Spain has introduced the tourism tax. Again, part of it goes towards the environment, security, infrastructure, and using public services. Do you think if those schemes are being introduced in Morocco, put an additional tax for every visitor who comes in here, collectively within the local authority, that can be utilized towards, changing or more implementing the environmental policies within those areas, those regions? At least that would hopefully reduce the level of trash out there, maybe having a system behind for recycling, for example. Do you think that will be something that's...
I agree. That's such a bright idea, or like a brilliant idea. Yet, I think the responsibility of this falls on us as a local community. I would actually more tax the businesses, the local businesses. I will actually fine and tax people who throw trash. I think we have to do two things. We need to educate people about the importance of what we do, like trash, environment, and being sustainable is important for the long term for all of us. So I need a proper educational system that needs to be digitally visible, physically visible, and we need to take actual actions on the terrain, or all of us as businesses and as a community. This is number one, education and awareness. Second thing is, definitely businesses need to, if I would be a president of this area, first thing I would state is set certain criteria before I allow you or help you to open your guest house and give you the authorization to be able to work. I want you to fit these criteria. And in the criteria, it's not just about the safety or the fanciness or like this and that. No, I will chip in like 2 or 3 structures of environmental
policies that will be strict.
that you have to follow. You know what I mean? Implement rules, you know, because this is such a big problem that now we carelessly think that it's okay because it's not affecting us directly yet. But for the long run,
if I say something, most of the hotels sector, they have an environmental policy, and that will include recycling. A certain investment goes towards this. They have systems in place. So their environmental impact, it's not as great as communities like us, for example, where things are not governed, nothing is being policed, and people do not know what they're doing. So on one hand, I think there's part of the system is actually trying to adapt, but local communities are not educated enough, or they're not aware of the level of damage we are causing to the environment. I think it's more of awareness concern rather than an action. Maybe it's starting with the awareness on this sense. It will help these communities to understand the impact of the environment, and that will maybe move on towards the business side of things and so on and so forth. Tariq, can you hear us now?
Yes, I do. Okay,
perfect. We tapped into a different topic, or slightly within the environment and the growth of tourism in Morocco. How do you think we are doing when it comes to the environment and the way we are handling influx of visitors we are getting year in, year out, which is a fantastic numbers, by the way. I think we hit almost 18 million last year, and I'm 100% sure we'll be looking forward to over 20 million this year. Do you think environmentally, do we have a system in place to sustain this level of visitors? I think we'll start there. Yeah.
Before Tariq joins again, until he joins again, I think we have a few topics that we have discussed here and so on, and to kind of like highlight the topics or like the issues, and the one good thing is that we have a lot of good things that are happening at the same time also. Like issues is just for us to improve, to get better and so on. And we're not really highlighting them for the sake of criticizing or anything. But if you remember, we talked at the beginning about setting standards, regulate prices and systems, and educate people a little bit, build a proper communicative, collaborative, healthy community. These 3, or like these 4, if we can focus on these 4, I think before the volume arrives, before everything else, we will be already ahead. Because if I know that I need to be part of a certain standard, I need to educate myself. If I educate myself, I'm going to be aware environmentally, business-wise, personally, and community-wise. You know what I mean? It all falls into one plate. And then when I am educated, I can communicate well. I know what's around. I see the change and so on. I will also be an active, impactful member of my community. And then there's me, you, and everyone else, and we can synchronize it. And I think there will be a difference. So I think education and clear communication is the most important one to be focusing on at the moment. And through that, we create the systems, we regulate the prices, we set the standards we want to work with as a community, and we move on from there. And within the standards, we can, touch the environmental side, we can touch the staffing side, as in taking good care of your staff, paying your staff good, doing this and that, educating them, giving them also hope and chances that they can grow bigger and better and so on. It's a lot of things. It's all aligned. It's one circle, one big circle.
Absolutely. Muja, if we go back to you. Can you hear us?
Yes. Karim, yes.
I mean, again, you work with so many small businesses, medium, small size, family-run businesses. How do you think, when it comes to employment, how are they handling the employment law, the employment process? Do they get any help, any advice from government, I don't know, systems or schemes? What are the feedbacks you are getting?
Before getting to that, I would like to add to what Sufyan already mentioned about. First, I thank him for the some right ideas he mentioned. For us, regarding the environment path, we encouraging the users, like for example, who applied or got an activity or an experience to rate the business or the activity based on a lot of filters, like the quality, like the hospitality, and like the environment part. So if this surf camp is a clean one, does it provide environment action? So based on that, we're trying to collect this data, and by time we trying to suggest or to showcase this kind of businesses who have like this eligibility of protecting the environment and doing action. It's like the let's say the Airbnb reviews thing. So you have cleanliness,
Nice,
environmental, you have a lot of things. And to add to that, we at the moment we build in the first AI agent for travel. For surf travel in Morocco. So instead of looking for random surf camps, you just like can say hi and ask him for what your preferences. And one of the preferences, you can go with the green thing or environmental thing. So for example, you can ask for a surf camp with a specific budget, but at the same time you can ask for surf camps that supporting environment or doing further actions regarding that.
environment, nice.
Yes.
That's very good. Tarek, you with us? Because I think you can hear us, Tarek? Tarek?
I'm so sorry, guys. I think I'm having the worst connection today, so I'm dropping constantly. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we noticed. We are just talking about the environment and the impact of high volume tourism it has on our communities, in terms of trash and pollution and so on. Do you think that will be a solution moving forward for this high tourism that we are all wanting to happen and need to happen at some stage? Hi, Tarek, can you hear us? No. Okay. I think Tarek cannot hear us. Sufyan, you there, yeah? Perfect. Yeah, so basically we've seen hospitality in the environment, and clearly we're still in early stages. We do need help on that area for sure, and I think education and maybe awareness to the communities, it will be a solution to reinforce and help the environmental policies of the smaller communities. How about the employment, Sufyan? How do you think hospitality really is impacting the livelihood of the communities if we, in reality of the matter, which we really have to face, most people do get less than the minimum wage or the legal minimum wage?
That is a bit of a sad reality, to be honest. And I think we can get back to the main point I mentioned. If you remember, everyone is a bit on survival mode. Actually, you mentioned it, and I just added to it. When you are in survival mode, when you don't have the right education. I'll give you a small example. I come from a small family and a small, I would say, not in a bad way, a closed-minded business mindset, because I only know what's around this circle, for example, or like this.
Yeah.
When I am on survival mode and I'm just surviving, learning, blah, 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 I reach a peak financially, but I don't educate myself enough, and I don't do the right experiences or get the right expertise to widen my circle, to make it bigger.
Personal investment.
And that's what happens here. So it's like when you get no offense to anyone, you get a farmer, you give them an opportunity, they take the opportunity, they do the work, they deserve it, they make money out of it, but still thinks as a farmer. You know what I mean? Like
no, business owner.
In business, you know what I mean? Like not as a business owner who used to be a farmer, but he have to think bigger and higher and so on, and do more research and seek more learning and more information and more education, because education never stops. This is the issue, I think, around here. So we get stuck into this survival mode that we were used to. Then we bring staff, and we mentally don't even think of their hustle, knowing that we were part of it once. I was also like a plunger. I was also like a receptionist. I was also this. But when I get to a certain level, when I can make good enough money to not think of it anymore, I forget about the others, because of my close perspective and thinking. So I think really like the staff situation in the area is not for everyone. I know a lot of businesses here that take good care of their staff, and they treat them really well, and the staff are really happy, and they're providing, and they're giving, and they're good. And I wish myself with my little business that I've just started also to reach that level, because me without my staff, I'm nothing. My business without the staff is nothing. And we definitely have to find the right systems, standards, and criteria to look after those staff and to educate them, to push them for more, and to also educate ourselves, and to understand also why we do this, to understand our own vision. Where do we want to go with what we do? Like, what is the end goal? Like, personally, business, for the community.
I mean, clearly the government has set aside so many schemes and grants and helps and trainings for hospitality for the past 2 years, I would say. But we can't hide from the reality of the fact is the smaller businesses and the smaller communities are not even aware that this level of help, it does even exist. And it's at their disposal if they need to. So we don't have the... Say again?
There's one little issue about the business community here, is that a lot of people are hiding from being seen. You know what I mean? Like, everyone is doing their own little thing. Everyone is happy with what they got, what they make, what everything, which is good. Everyone does the effort. I'm not here accusing anyone with anything. I'm talking loudly about a community. If we all want to be part of this community, if we all want to like reach the certain standards or criteria that we think of and we wish for, we should not hide. We should work on being a legal business. We should work on giving. We should work on educating our staff. We should work on taking good care of our staff.
So what I meant is, so there is lots of help and schemes from the government, central government, and then they're for free. It's absolutely for free. But yet again, the initiative of taking part and develop the business side of hospitality, especially here I'm talking about smaller businesses and family-run businesses, it's very, very, very slim. Obviously, big organizations around Morocco, they do benefit, and clearly you see the impact of these big names or big brands growing and flourishing in the tourism sector. Yet again, that could be same trainings, similar helps, maybe slightly smaller scale, available for a hostel that is in the middle of I don't know, Imswan or in Tagazout, for example. But most of business owners are not aware of this. What do you think could be the reason?
There's a point here, Kareem. It's not about awareness at the moment. To be honest, everyone knows everything and everyone knows what's happening. This time here, get back to what I said before about staffing.
Yeah.
Like, we don't do enough for the staff, that's for sure. But yet, as a business owner, like to all the hostel owners and surf camps and so on, they also don't get enough clarity and awareness from the government, because as we all know, having a surf camp or a hostel is such a new thing for the government itself. There is no clear structure
Absolutely.
legally for it. The government is not giving us the right. It's not giving us the right structure for us to be legal. This is one.
Yeah.
There is no easy process to get to there, even that we want to get legal. And I know a lot of hostels that still work illegally. They want to be structured. They want to fit the criteria and so on. They want someone to hear them and to take care of their files. No one does. There is, like, most of the doors are closed. So it's also a bit of the responsibility of the government. And it puts the questions, why? I know that we are unstructured businesses in an unstructured area with no plan. There is no zoning, no nothing. That's for sure. Like big companies or like big structures and big resorts that do get all of this because they're seen, they're obvious. But us, we're not even seen. And I don't know if we are even, it's not that we want to be seen. Does the hierarchy want us to be seen? Does the hierarchy want us to exist? Knowing that our impact is bigger, and or like I say, as big as, to not exaggerate, is as big as the big holdings and the big resorts and so on. We provide a better experience. We provide a cultural, authentic, real experience. We take good care of our guests. We are better ambassadors. We put our hearts and mind and passion in what we do, and we do it way better than the formal, classic way of tourism. People don't want
clearly, it's clearly, it's very deep and a rich experience. I mean, look at Marrakesh, for example. I'm going to go into a different area now. The success of the city being over the back of the Riyads, through the old Medinas, and that was an authentic experience for people who would talk about and have those memories. And I think, again, the case here, you go into Tagazout as a surfer in a small fisherman's village, clearly it does give you a deep experience and respect for the Moroccan culture and hospitality, and in general, you do have something that's unique. You can get attached emotionally to the place, and this is happening every single day. We face this from our operations, and we meet people and we chat to our guests, and there is this fascinating love to Morocco by most visitors. People do take decisions to invest here and stay longer here, or spend 3 months, 6 months of the year here rather than going somewhere else. Clearly, there is this element, and thanks to these small businesses and thanks to the genuine Moroccan hospitality, clearly it's something untouchable on a global scale. But the element is what I'm saying. We have systems in place that government is put in, but it seems like the message, it's not reaching out the smaller communities who actually need it the most. Most small businesses are run like, I don't know, like a household pretty much, which in a way it's nice, but structurally it's not sustainable for the long term.
But the thing is, like, it's like for these businesses, as I mentioned, they're not structured. Most of them are not legal, and the government cannot fund or sustain or educate a unstructured business. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. So we need to check the source. Why this business is not structured? Is there enough information out there? Is there access to be able to be structured? You know what I mean? Is there an improper infrastructure for these business owners or businesses that wanna structure themselves and get also be part of this whole change altogether? There is none, actually. Like, wherever you go to an office, they tell you 10 documents you need to bring. You bring the 10 documents, they say there's something missing. You apply, you need to pay money. You pay the money, you need to wait. You wait, oh, it wasn't accepted. Why? There is no zoning, there is no plan for the area. You know, there's a lot of things that needs to be done infrastructure-wise, by the government itself, and before we even reach that point, unfortunately.
I think, yeah, it is clearly a concerning topic when it comes to hospitality and tourism in Morocco, especially in Souss-Massa. Now we're talking about the area that has most visitors lately, past 2025, and now we're looking at 2026. It's been Tagazout. It's been the second search word in Google when it comes to Moroccan search. It's after Marrakesh, we find Tagazout. It has put Souss-Massa region on a map, clearly, and most people would know. Tagazout would not know the city of Agadir. Unfortunately, this is the reality of the matter. And here where it does the greater impact for marketing, or is the ambassador of the region. Yet again, it's not been structured. Clearly, hopefully, there will be solutions moving forward for the future, and hopefully these solutions will include those actors who've been acting on industry for such a long time, and they're not going to be left behind. Hopefully that will be taking place at some stage in future. Moving to surf, surfing is becoming, I mean, it's the second habit of most of the residents here in the area, and especially the young generation. It's growing, and I was amazed how it's grown just the past 2 years, let alone since COVID up to now. And this is again thanks to Tariq, who's not with us today, and his generation, who actually put the effort, the love, the inspiration for generations to come. And I think what we see today, it's thanks to guys like Tariq and old surfers or local surfers from the 80s, the 90s, who really had invested their time, their energy, their love into their sports and to their community. Yeah. I can't hear you, Sufyan. I think it's cutting off.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Perfect.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, Muja, I think, is there another area that we need to talk about?
Do you hear me, Karim?
I'm just trying to raise if there is another area, like little topic surrounding hospitality and tourism in our region that we can discuss.
I would like to mention that really what makes the region of Souss-Massa powerful today is the diversity of what it offers, like surf and coastal activities, local culture, and really a strong connection to nature. So all of this creates a journey that is active, personal, and more memorable. From our perspective with Muja, we see growing interests in activities, in demand on experiences, in Tagazout, in Tagazout region especially. So we see really a big growing. From Tagazout to Agadir, in Swan, we can see. So locals and travelers, they really want to connect with the region through its hospitality and its people and the experiences. At the end, I would like to mention that this is where hospitality is going. Like when you promote local businesses, surf camps, or schools and activity providers, and you support them with digital tools like ours, you make really the experience easier, more accessible, and still authentic. And this is the real spirit of Moroccan hospitality in the offer.
It's perfect. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you there, Tariq. It's Anas, fantastic. I think we have lost everyone on the group. Sufyan is back. Yeah, guys, I think no further ado to the meeting. It's been fantastic talking to you guys, and I think we shared a few key points on our areas. Some of it it's encouraging. It definitely looks bright and a happy future. And others, it's certain actions should be taken in order to sustain this beautiful upcoming success. So I'd like to say thank you so much, Anas, and thanks so much. I think Tariq is not with us here, and Sufyan. and who is out there.
Thank you,
And I
Karim.
would say, yeah, thank you. Hopefully for another meeting we can discuss the topic.
Thank you for managing this, and thank you, Sufyan. Thank you for the ideas and for the contribution. And I think this is just at the beginning. There is really a bright future for the region, and with people like you, like us, we can really do a promising.
We can do a lot.
Can do really.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
If there is a will, there is a way, you know. And we already are, like, I'll tell you one thing: the community is already moving. A lot of people are doing a lot of good things here and there. So it's such a bright thing. I know we spoke so much about, you know, a few issues here and there when we highlighted it, but that's not the main thing. The area provides a lot. That's why we're gonna have the high volume. That's why we're gonna have the high volume of people. That's why this is gonna be not even the next body. It's gonna be even better, more structured, more culture, more authenticity. And inshallah, you know, government, community, business community, and everyone else will meet the expectations and collaborate all together to build the right infrastructure for this, for a better future, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, guys.
Inshallah, for
It's
sure.
fantastic having you, and there's definitely was some key discussion there. And it's I'm feeling a bit pumped up now. Looking forward to what's going to happen tomorrow.
Inshallah.
Thank you. Take care.
See you guys.
Assalamu alaikum.
Bye.
Take care.
Ciao.
Bye-bye. Ciao.